Hey, Carson, in what ways do you feel like you've developed since week 1 until up to right now?
Yeah, I'd say just within the offense, I think we've all developed in trying to just more or less find our identity and who we are and how we want to attack defenses and, putting guys in the best position to succeed. And I think it's been fun to see that each week come to life and, find a way to be explosive and create plays down the field. And, it just creates a different tempo to our offense. We're taking shots, we're running the ball, we're throwing screens, just kind of those things that I think we've all kind of meshed together, and it's been cool to see come to life.
Are you starting to feel a little bit like you did in 2017, 2018?
I've been confident in who I was as a player and everything all the way through. So I think it's been fun just seeing the development of this offense of myself, of the coaches, and just all of the pieces coming together.
Carson, you guys drove through several DPIs the other night. I know, like Frank was talking about this, you don't game plan for that necessarily, but are there opportunities where you think you're more predisposed to getting some of those, and do you look for those?
For sure, absolutely. No, especially with the guys that we have, if there's going to be a chance to push it down the field, and whether our guys are going to come up with it, usually, and if not, there might be a penalty. It's not every time, but those plays are huge plays that can change the outcome of a game, especially on a third down, like a couple of them were, and those types of things. So, I definitely, for me, it just comes down to having confidence in the guys out there, that I can throw it up to them, I can give them a shot, and they're going to either come down with it or draw a flag.
When you place the ball is very important, right, in those situations. Is that a product of practice, or is it just kind of your experience? Or
yeah, it's a combination of everything. There's a couple of those were definitely underthrown, not on purpose. I would have loved to have completed those, and everyone. No, you don't underthrow them on purpose, but sometimes when guys get past the defense, those DBs are high motor trying to recover, and sometimes those work out. But by no means am I trying to underthrow them, but there's definitely big plays to be had there.
Just to be sure that on your wristband doesn't say DPI, third and 15. But there are situations, especially, Pittman's really good about either drawing it or making he's made a catch or two despite interference.
Yeah, no, it's something that, again, it comes down to personnel. It comes down to who we have and the guys and their skill sets. And for me, it just gives me confidence to put it out there, give them a chance, and they're going to make the play most of the time.
I'm assuming you played in a lot of games in that kind of weather growing up in North Dakota. You probably were pretty used to it. I noticed it seemed like you were having a really good time Sunday night. You guys were airing it out. You had the rushing touchdown. Was it the most fun you've had on a field in a long time, in a while?
Potentially, because
you didn't have the ankle pain.
Correct. Yeah. No. Like you mentioned, growing up, I was fortunate in college to play in a dome, so I got to get out of those nasty North Dakota winters. But growing up, you're playing in crap every single time you go outside. In the backyard with my brother and my dad, you're playing in the elements. So definitely was having fun out there, and it's not going to be perfect. That going into those games, it's going to be wet. It's going to be some ball security, all that stuff. But you're just like, hey, let's just cut it loose and have fun, and that's what we did.
Removing Frank from the equation, I'm sure that was a big selling point and why you were happy when you came here. Is part of it, one of the reasons you're so excited is Pittman and Taylor are second-year guys, and you're going to be around them if this works for quite a while.
No doubt. Once the trade happened, obviously I was excited with coaching staff, and you just look at the roster. You saw what they were able to do last year here, and where they were at in the playoffs and all of that. So I knew there was a good team with a good core, but then some young talent that I knew hopefully we can build around and build together for a long time.
Carson, how would you compare your health going into this Titans game versus
much better. Much better. Much better.
Do you laugh almost at?
No, there were still plays to be made in that game from the pocket, and plays that definitely want back. But a handful of times that I'm like, yeah, I was stuck in mud out there. So definitely in a much better place.
So you were stuck in mud against Tennessee and Nashville, get in the mud and all this Sunday. That's you. You felt like I can actually play the position like I play the position.
For sure. Yeah, no doubt. When there are plays there to be made, improvising or scrambling or running or whatever that is, you know, I'm not going to shy away from it. We're going to try and make those plays, still be smart, protect myself, all those things. But yeah, that's the type of player I am and competitor I am.
Any limitations now with the ankle? I mean, I'm sure you're still getting treatment, but are you able to do what you need?
Yep.
Whenever you need to do it?
Yep, feeling good.
Risk-reward with you throughout the year, but does there come a point in the fourth quarter where it's just about winning the game and you kind of throw some of that out?
It's a fine line. It's a fine line. There's time and place, but it's always going to be a fine line that I'm going to evaluate till the day I hang it up.
When you're running anything like RPO or anything that involves, you know, sort of that action, how big a part of that, or how big a part of the success is just the way you handle the ball and how good your fake is and all of that? I mean, and is that an area you feel has been a strength for you?
Yeah, I mean, ball handling is huge, especially, I mean, when you go play in the elements like we did the other night. But it's something that we harp on around here. We practice a lot. You know, we always get those meshes with the backs and make sure ball handling, footwork, all that stuff is timed up, synced up, and ready to go. So, you know, I'd credit the coaches for making sure we're dialed in to those things, and I think it's a big part of what we do.
Is it just repetition, or like are some players better than others?
Yeah, I mean, it's repetition. It's discipline. There's an art to it. You know, it's just taking pride in even the simple things sometimes. That can be the difference in, you know, beating a guy by a step or not. You know, so it's just having discipline and continuing to do the same thing over and over, so that, you know, whenever that time comes, you've done it before and you've already shown them that look.
On that note, do you watch the TV copy? I don't know if you watched from Sunday to know that the camera went the complete opposite way literally every single time.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
No.
I wasn't thinking to see it, and you just think highly of yourself when you see something like that. A couple weeks ago, you spoke about killer instinct and that this team kind of lacked that. Where do you feel like after the last couple weeks, after the blowout win over the Texans, after the way you closed the other night, that killer instinct is? And where you feel like it stands now and how far it can still go? Yeah,
no, I think the last couple of weeks, just the way we finished ball games is encouraging. It's definitely finishing the right way. You know, we go back a couple of weeks and we definitely didn't. And so I think guys have kind of responded, and everybody's taking pride in, hey, it's the fourth quarter, it's time to go, time to finish and not rest. And so the last couple of weeks, that's been encouraging to see, and hopefully we can keep that thing trending in the right direction.
What do you appreciate about AlieCox?
I mean, everything. I mean, Big Mo he's awesome. First of all, he's a great guy in the locker room, great guy to be around. I mean, he's a big, much like Pittman to some extent, he's a big friendly target. So when he's covered, he's not covered, you know, and they got defenders definitely got their work cut out, because, I mean, that guy can high point a ball and catch about anything within that radius. So he's great. It's been fun to kind of develop that connection with him, much like all the other guys, but start to see, you know, what kind of skill set he brings to the table and develop that chemistry.